Bappa complains about the standard of rec sports in Austin, Texas being bad. So they kind of moved. I feel like, again, maybe I'm mistaken here, but I kind of feel like the reason why they moved to Austin, obviously because the bills and the cost of living is cheaper than LA. But I also got the impression that Brendan wanted them to move there because maybe the talent pool, the competition was lower in Austin, Texas than it would be in LA, or maybe that's what he believed. Again, maybe I'm kind of over analyzing and way too parasocial about this, but I feel like that might have been the reason. Like, let me move my family to this location. It will also help because I won't have to pay crazy LA private school fees, and my kids maybe might stand out more here because the level of competition isn't maybe as high as LA. I don't know. But let's play this clip where Brendan's complaining about the standard of rec sports in Austin, Texas compared to LA.
Unfortunately, in Texas, this is my experience. I'm not saying everywhere.
Do you notice that, by the way? Did you notice what he just said there? He can't, for some reason, he can't pronounce the word un. Everything that has the word un in the beginning, he pronounces on. So unfortunately, not unfortunately.
Like, unfortunately, and
why is that a thing? Why can't he pronounce un? Unfortunately.
Texas, this is my experience. I'm not saying everywhere. I'm like, unfortunately, in Texas, this is my experience. I'm not saying everywhere. I'm sure I get some backlash for this. Where we're at, the rec system is awful. The rec sports are just bad.
Well, there's no resources, right? The money's in travel ball.
Correct. And then the parents, because they put pressure on their kids. If your kids,
I also love how he says parents. He can't say parents. It's parents, like the fruit. Pear or parents instead of parents. Parents.
Any good, they put them in select or travel, so it just depletes the resources in rec.
Of course. California
wasn't that. This is the biggest. People always, what's the difference between California and Texas? The rec leagues. In California, at Sunrise or West Hills, where we came out of, those teams could compete with the teams here in travel ball.
Really? The rec teams?
Yeah, because the parents didn't pull their kids out.
Yeah.
So you'd have the same kids playing T-ball at 4, playing all the way till they're sometimes 12.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, man. That's how it should be.
Yeah, it's not a business right away.
It's not business. And the parents, they were like, what? No, we're good at this. Now there's crazy.
You also create a bond and
and you get to know the parents and you get the same fields and you're playing against the same teams and coaches as you come. It's awesome. And there's a snack shack, everybody.
Yeah.
It creates community.
Of course.
Of course, Brendan loves the snack shack. Of course, even post Ozempic Bappa loves a good snack shack. He's eating all the kids' stuff. He's buying all the jerseys and the merch. He's getting custom ones done for him. That's Papa's number, and he's eating up all the snacks in the snack shack.
Like Sunrise in California was the best thing I've ever been part of. Little League?
Yeah, I remember you told me that.
It was true Little League.
You love the parents, you love the
dads. And then, obviously Tiger was pretty talented, and then we started getting recruited to play travel ball, and I was like, all right, well, the competition. And then
can't say competition, it says competition.
Again, recruited to play travel ball, and I was like, all right, well, the competition. And then in Texas, it's just like they pluck the talent at early age, so your kid has to play travel ball to get competition. Like I signed Bosty. Again, Bosty's an outlier, man. He's a monster. He's
being this overly invested in your kids' sports, like at this early age, is a bit weird, isn't it? Like, they're not really having fun because he is really in the weeds with this in terms of the business, the industry, the this, the that. He must know more about kids sports than he does know about UFC. He knows the intricacies, the ins and outs of kids sports more than he knows about the UFC. Or he talks about it at least with more passion. He's really overly invested. He's really attached. He's really living vicariously through his two sons. And I guess it's not really fun anymore. It's like they're pursuing a career and they're like 10, I'm sure it's going to end well.
6. So he's in pre-K. So I signed him up, and maybe this is my fault. In California, he would have stayed in pre-K flag football. I signed up for pre-flag K football here, and he only plays with older kids. He knows the rules. He knows the game. He knows how to cut, catch, throw. First practice, I'm looking, I'm like, oh, these kids are small. Whatever, it's fine. There's pre-K. And
By the way, isn't pre-K kindergarten? Surely that's not right. Isn't Boston like 6 or 7 or something? Is that right? Isn't pre-K like kindergarten? It doesn't stand for pre-kindergarten, or am I bugging out? So how old do you have to be in pre-kindergarten? If it's way too early for this shit, this is how you raise kids to hate your parents. Yeah, it's like, who knows? Maybe he's telling the truth. Who knows? It doesn't sound real. It sounds a bit like...
And they start warming up, and it's like wrangling cats. I'm like, oh no. So, and you're just getting put on a team by chance. Like they just, no one's recruiting fucking 4 or 5, 6-year-olds. So just by chance. So I go up to the coach. Hey man, first day of practice. Nice to meet you, man. You play football? No. You have a son.
Hold on. So Boston is 6 years old, but he plays with 4-year-olds. Why? Does that make sense? Boston is 6 and he's playing with 4-year-olds. Wouldn't that mean you put him there to be like the best one because he's bigger than the kids, no? I don't know. Again, I'm not American, so I don't know anything about these dates and ages and shit and whatever, how you refer to them. But it sounds a bit odd. Why would you have a 6-year-old playing with 4-year-olds?
Team though. Yeah, that's him right there. Oh, cool. You've never played football? Never. Pop Warner High School? No, man, just trying. Now, God bless them.
Also, why does that matter, by the way? Why does it matter the coach has never played football? Surely the best coaches don't play the sport or not to a high level. It doesn't even matter because you're a coach. Why does it matter if you played? That's a very kind of archaic and meathead point of view. A coach has to be an elite athlete as well. No, they don't. Not at all. Like, the parents must absolutely hate him, innit? Because he must walk around like, yeah, I'm an athlete. I used to be a professional athlete. He must really walk around like he's Billy Big Balls. The other parents must fucking hate him. Because he must do these type of things. Oh, did you play? Were you ever pro? Like these little condescending questions where he's clearly judging you because he didn't throw a ball, he didn't catch a ball or run into people. It's like, come on, bro.
Because they're putting time commitment into the kids. And this is where it's tough for me. Bosty's not into that. Bosty's there to compete and play football and get better. Like,
are you sure Bosty's not into that, or are you not into that? Are you sure your 6-year-old doesn't like playing for fun and just likes to play like he's playing the Super Bowl every occasion when he's playing flag football with these kids, with these 4-year-olds? Or is it you that doesn't like to see your son play for fun? I get the feeling he's projecting. I think it's Brendan that doesn't like to see his son play for fun, and he wants his son to be competing at the highest level at all times. I think that's the case.
Like he's like a lot of kids, and this is where it's a fine line. Because I'm trying to tell Bossy, buddy, you're still gonna have fun on this team. You're gonna get the ball and you're gonna score 30 touchdowns, dude.
Yeah,
they're not gonna be able to touch you. So they give Bossy. They're trying to figure out who can play running back. Bossy, his first season, averaged 4 touchdowns a game. Brad never played before. Averaged 4 touchdowns. Anytime they give him the ball, it's a touchdown, right? All good. It's flag football. He's 5.
Bossy is the next Chad Ochocinco, isn't it?
So they're trying to figure out who can run the ball. This is first practice. I'm steaming hot, by the way. I'm trying to be cool. I'm steaming hot because the talent's not very good. So I'm like, yeah, let's see how this goes. So they line the kids up one-on-one. All the kids are running. They give Bossy the ball. Touchdown. Guy goes, oh, wow, okay. I'm like, yep, he's pretty good. He goes, all right. So they give him a more athletic kid, the bigger kid. Bossy, touchdown. So coach has him go through, there's 8 kids on the team. Bossy goes through all 7 of them. No one's remotely close to touch him. And most dads like, oh, this is awesome. I go, this isn't good.
No, because,
he's not going to get better.
False sense of reality.
So I'm like, motherfucker, this isn't sports. But I'm like, they're 4, 5, and 6. Be cool. But in my head, I'm like, be cool.
Funny story.
So then coach goes, all right, all 7 kids line up here. Bossy, put your flags on. Let's see if all 7 kids can tackle Boston. 7 against 1. Bossy 6. There's 4, 5, 6, and 7-year-olds on the team. There's 7 of them against my son. They hand him the ball. It's not even close, Brian.
Cap. What? This is an amazing. Number one, it's a story about your son that you're boring your co-host with. But this is an extraordinary lie. This is an extraordinary lie. There's no way I believe this. There's no way I believe this.
They're not even remotely close to touching them. So I'm like, what? And the coach goes, he comes over and goes, you might want to move him up.
Might want to move him to the 14-year-olds.
You might want to move him up. I go, I know, no disrespect, man. We just can't.
Are the Kansas City Chiefs right now?
God bless those kids, man. That's the thing, innit? Just God bless those kids. Because I have a feeling he spins these stories to make his kids sound more badass, but I feel like he's the one that's doing most of the pushing, being the one that's mostly serious about their, sporting prospects. They probably, like I said previously, just like to hang out with their dad. They see their dad as a superhero, like most kids do. And because he seems to be happy, or he seems to love it when they're playing sports, they just continue playing it. So it's going to be interesting to see once they get to an age where they can decide how they spend their time, what they end up doing. And I think it's going to be a big heartbreak for Brendan when he realizes his kids are just, won't really be as much into it as he wants them to be, because this investment that he has into this, this drive to make them professional is it's a bit much. Even professional athletes who've made it didn't have parents like this. They facilitated, they helped them go to places, but they weren't this intense and into it. And it's, again, weird for him because, he was a professional athlete at one point, or was pursuing it. He knows how difficult it is. He knows how stressful it is. So to be putting his kids who are like 12 and 5 under this level of scrutiny and pressure, or whatever it is, right? I think they're 10 and 5, so maybe 11 and 5, 10 and 5 is insane. And then making up these tall tales. Okay. Yeah, all right, cool. Whatever you say, brother. Whatever you fucking say. What you guys saying in the stream chat? Random chat, sorry, but when waiting to tell you, I saw Bobby Lee do his rehearsal for his special and it was surprisingly good. I was shocked he actually had a good amount of solid bits. Really? Jacob Vega, really? Is that true? Okay, big up Jacob Vega. Great information there. Great little knowledge, great little soundbite, great little nugget of information that I would have never received elsewhere. Big up Jacob Vega. I'm looking forward to it then. Is it meant to be coming out on Netflix? Or am I bugging out? Didn't he get a Netflix deal?